A good question that came in the other day. Have you actually cured lifelong premature ejaculation? I am skeptical after trying everything. Thanks CryptoBlogger1227, and your skepticism is understandable. If you've been battling with PE for a while, and then you see people like me on the internet saying, here's the solution to lasting longer in bed, you're going to question that. Absolutely. And as to whether lifelong premature ejaculation is really curable, some sex experts are more optimistic than others. Take psychotherapist and sex and relationships expert Ian Kerner, for example. I've dealt with PE, and while I haven't cured it, because it's not curable, and anyone who tells you otherwise is lying, I am managing it. And I've helped many others do the same. Now that's a quote from his excellent book, Overcoming Premature Ejaculation. And as a therapist who's very open about his own experiences of PE, he offers a lot of insight, and I recommend looking him up. Journalist Michael Castleman, who's been advising on sex for 46 years, and he authored Great Sex, The Man's Guide to Whole Body Sensuality. And he puts it like this: PE is nothing more than a bad habit. Fortunately, the ejaculatory reflex can be controlled, and orgasm/ejaculation postponed by limiting alcohol and stimulants and by encouraging whole body deep relaxation. So quite a different take there. My take on this: for the vast majority of guys who struggle with lifelong primary premature ejaculation, they are missing skills. We either don't know that we could be doing sex differently, or we know but something stops us, we keep defaulting to the old ways, or we're trying things that don't work. So one way or another, we're staying stuck in the loop of frustration, awkwardness, must do better next time, etc. And that's not a criticism of any man. Premature ejaculation is tricky, and lifelong PE, it's even trickier. And it's not easy to figure this stuff out when we feel like we're the problem. Now, I've worked with men who found it difficult to penetrate their partners because they would come during foreplay or within literally seconds of intercourse, much sooner than they desired. And they were able to overcome this. Relaxation and acclimatization to sensation, being able to ride those initial waves of pleasure is key here. And then gradually realizing for themselves that their own bodies can do this, and then starting to build trust in this moving forwards. For guys who were already able to last a bit longer, maybe a minute or two, they were seeking more sexual satisfaction, and they found it. So yes, PE can have multiple causes. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's more in our heads, and usually there's the tension and in our relationships, the pressure that builds and the expectation on ourselves. Now, some guys are wired to come sooner than others, and they might need to develop their skills a little more than others, and then to maintain these skills moving forwards. And I think that's why Ian Kerner says there's no cure. Your inclination towards coming sooner might always be there. We can't change that wiring, but that's fine because we can manage it and we can rein it in. And how long does it take to overcome premature ejaculation? Well, that's another big question. Some experts say it can take months or 6 weeks, or I've even seen last 40 minutes tonight with my crazy yet powerful method. And you've probably seen these kind of promises too. My view on this: yes, it takes some time and commitment. And doing my course or taking coaching from me, I'd expect you to start feeling like you're making progress, either solo or with your partner, quite early on, within weeks. Because it doesn't take too long to discover that you're actually able to absorb, to soak up quite a lot of stimulation. Those waves of pleasure, they are something to be mindful of. They will come to us, but they don't need to freak us out. Have I ever heard of last longer tonight results? Actually, yes, but it is rare. If a guy's been doing something so unhelpful, like holding loads of tension in his body, clenching his PC muscle for dear life, then there might be a quick fix for that. But it is unusual, absolutely. So what does cured, managed, overcome actually look like? What can you actually expect when you work on this? Well, again, some coaches suggest you'll last 6 times longer or 22 times longer. Now, some promise extra benefits, like you're going to enjoy extremely powerful orgasms. She'll be begging for you to go again. Actually, I'd agree about the orgasms to some degree. Guys often find that when they come quickly, in the midst of trying so hard to keep going, their orgasm feels like it leaks out. They feel more panic and disappointment than pleasure. So orgasms do tend to be more enjoyable when we feel more in control. Our aim is to enjoy physical pleasure intensely at times and embrace it, feel deserving of it, sharing that pleasure with our partners. Remember that most guys last around 5 minutes on average, and that's a realistic outlook when you're working on this. If you're quicker than that, let's get to average before training for the intercourse Olympics. And something that often takes men by surprise when they are lasting longer, there might be more skills required. When they last 10 minutes, but their partner doesn't go into orgasmic rapture. You last longer and sex still feels a bit lacking. What more do I need to do here? Well, going into extra time is a new paradigm sometimes for both partners. And it's learning what to do in that time. How to move, how to change up positions, how to stay connected, how to communicate sexually. Lasting longer is great. It opens up these opportunities. But it's not the be-all and end-all for most couples. You might have some exciting new challenges ahead, and that's a good thing. Get your confidence up, and who knows where your potential might take you. But let's get the fundamentals down first. And you'll still get carried away sometimes. All guys do. But you won't feel any lesser for it, and you won't go into a doom loop. And while we're talking PE cures, a quick mention of delay sprays and wipes. They aren't a cure in themselves, but they might be part of your journey, giving you a bit of support and extra time as you work on the skills. And then you use them less, and you realise through your experience that you don't need them. And finally, every guy who followed my method, worked on their skills, are they now in sexual nirvana? Are they now shagging away like a pro? What's the success rate here? This is what guys want to know. Well, it's good, but it can't be 100%. Sometimes there's a bit more going on. Deeper anxieties, perfectionism, OCD-like symptoms around sex perhaps, or past trauma. Something that's getting in the way of gaining the skills or rolling them out. Stopping guys from being able to take these skills from solo into partnered sex. Bad memories or negative self-talk blocking our best efforts. Now, I can assist with these underlying causes, but it's probably beyond the self-help course. Can we realistically expect to be able to relax into sex if the rest of our existence is all stress and chaos? Probably not. Or guys might struggle to dedicate enough time to focus or to work on this. We lead full lives, and I get that. Or I've made suggestions, gone in directions, working together, and it just doesn't work out. And that's realistic sometimes too. And that's why I offer a money-back guarantee on my course, and the experts and the coaches that I've mentioned here, they do the same with their courses. That's fair. That's integrity. If you learned a few things, but you didn't feel like the investment worked for you, have it on me. And by all means, give me feedback if you like to, because I'm always learning too. So I hope that provides a fuller answer and gives you a bit of realistic positivity too. Thank you for watching.